that as planned.
Here we go. All right. Guess we can bring the meeting to order. Jeff's not here. He asked me to chair it. Let it be known we're being recorded on the city's YouTube channel. First item on the agenda is the approval of meeting minutes from a couple of meetings.
So Jeff was going to do those and send those. I haven't seen them, so I don't know if you guys have.
I moved the table to the next meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Item 2, old business. The plaques for the delay in other tournaments.
Excuse me, sorry, did you see the minutes from August 2nd? Those I did and sent to you. The ones from July 12th, Jeff was going to do. I was not at that meeting, but the ones from August
I
2nd.
thought I recalled seeing one set of minutes.
Yes, I sent those to you way back, right after the meeting.
I was gonna say like the next day after the meeting.
Yeah, a couple of days probably.
This is probably true.
Let's revisit that for, that was the August 2nd meeting, right?
Correct.
Yes. Any
Make a
discussion
motion.
around the,
No, make a motion to approve the minutes as written
for August 2nd?
for August 2nd.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. The July 12th minutes are tabled, so I'll talk to Jeff on that. Danny, the trophies?
I haven't started looking around for other prices and stuff. As this fall wears on, I'll get on that. And the delay family was gonna send me a check for their portion of that one, and they haven't done that yet either, so. I'm kinda surprised I've not seen that, so.
So we'll table that one. Any new business? Anybody seen any, you've had any correspondence?
Nope.
No correspondence?
Oh, and a butters list, actually.
All right.
I'll bring it with me. I sent it to Jeff. We'll have him talk about it at the next meeting.
What was it about?
It was in a butters list. Something about some abutting property.
Place across the street, maybe?
No idea.
No idea.
I can run upstairs and get it if I need to.
Want to wait on it, or should we go?
We'll wait on it.
Okay. Correspondence. Danny, your update?
Rolled out a membership special last week to start, which we have now 19 new members over the first week.
Really?
A few are returnees that have taken time off because of health reasons, so they're coming back. So that, and I know these financials are not in that packet that we have, but last week we were close to $40,000, and that's with Monday that we were all closed because of the weather. As far as the Golf Now system goes, the tee time system is working better. I'm dealing with people that are still having individual problems. I had a gentleman come in today, I sat down at the computer and logged him right in and it worked fine. So I think it's a matter of getting some of these people to kind of get back and have the steps to take to get into that system. They spent about 2 hours today within our server during the day, trying to correct some of the communications between our reservation point of sale and the email system, because we have members that are dropping off the communications for some reason. They're becoming unengaged. So I have to send an email into my rep to send directly to all of our unengaged members to try to somehow force them back into the engaged side. So it's something that they can't shut off for some reason. I don't know why that happens. So, typically, I guess what's supposed to happen was if I was to send out, let's say 3 emails a month, and someone doesn't open one for X number of time, that person would then become unengaged. I have a way to send emails to the unengaged, but it takes, not just the members. So that's what the next step is: get those guys, try to get the members back engaged and stuff like that.
I became unengaged.
You're unengaged, so you're one of them that's not getting,
But no, I am.
you're engaged again?
Mhm.
Oh.
Congratulations.
So it's just a matter of like trying to figure out the right answer.
It's never too late.
Other than that, we had, 3 shotguns over Friday and Saturday. Mission 22, one for us on Saturday morning, and Keating Club on Saturday afternoon. So it was busy, good money, everything went pretty well. Nothing major that I've heard of, so, good weather, and so, other than that, a couple more to go, and then coast into the floorball and go.
Okay. Any questions for Dan? Billy?
It's been a while.
Sure.
Equipment purchase, we are still, I know you guys talked about it at the last meeting, so I brought it up, but we're still waiting for demo equipment. They're so hard up trying to create equipment that when they create demo equipment, they sell it as sellable equipment. So we've gotten a couple pieces, but we need to basically test all of them, hopefully within the next month or so, big question mark. We'll know. It's gonna probably be to the tune of about $180,000. Could be plus or minus, still a moving target right now. But what we try to do is we try to prioritize the equipment. It's gotta be a greens mower. It's gotta be a fairway mower. The last 2 pieces are, you see them, they're called Nationals. They're small green rough mowers that you see around the green and tee surrounds. They're as old as I am. They break 3 times a day. And so we're at the point now where we're wasting more time in the shop working on them than they're actually out being used. So priority equipment wise, greens mower, fairway mower, and some things to cut the rough. Things that we also haven't purchased in 8, 9, 10 years since our original lease. But that lease package will come together probably in its totality in the next couple months. Between the demo equipment, trying it, getting 3 different quotes because it's over $10,000, and then just figuring out exactly what we want and what we need.
Is it a lease as opposed to a buy?
It's going to be a loan. It'll be a loan. 5-year bonded to the city, low rate, but we will own the equipment out.
Okay.
Yeah, the lease stuff it's tough because you're married to it for 3, 4, 5 years and then you don't own it.
No.
You have an option to buy it, but that's all kind of numbers that we don't really like to mess
I
with.
just heard you say lease. And
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Question.
Lease to own loan.
Okay.
The Lightning Strike in 12, I know you guys asked about that too. That's all pretty much buttoned up. We've got a little bit more wiring we have to do in 12 fairway, but fortunately we had all the parts on hand. We had gotten some irrigation parts from another golf course, had them, didn't think we'd ever use them, and needed to use them. So we called in a tech, he rebuilt our satellite box in between 12 and 13, and all is right in the world. We are shooting for aeration mid-October, obviously after the last tournament. So I think that's a Tuesday. Monday we wrap up that last tournament, 4-ball, and then Tuesday we start punching them. Probably gonna do them all, and just get them done. We've never really done a fall aeration here. We've always done it in August, but we've decided over the last couple of years we'd rather make money in August than aerate. So
You think it's
So
not
just
time enough
ask
for
me.
it to heal before it gets into...
that's the guessing game. That's all weather dependent, and that's the challenge of doing it in October and or trying to do it in the spring. Now we did the back 9 in spring this year because we were lucky. It was a dry spring. If you're flooded and swampy and wet, it's tough to do. October you're not going to get the healing that you get in August, but the conditions are right.
Then you're gonna do all 18 in the fall, you said? You're gonna or at least the front?
As of right now, yeah. Definitely the front, I'm gonna shoot for all 18. It's gonna depend on crew and labor and stuff like that, but budget-wise, we have enough of the materials that we usually budget, a couple grand, $3 grand in sand and fuels and fertilizer and stuff like that. But, yeah, we're gonna try in October. Get through that last tournament, beat them up. Question? You started?
Oh, no, someone had asked me the other day about the aeration, when it was gonna be done. Usually it's in August, so.
Yeah. We find that people are pleasantly surprised that we're not aerating on this.
Right. And now on the equipment, like you mentioned, you're on 180,000, and then you said it was for greens, fairways, rough.
Mhm.
Will that be 3 individual pieces of equipment?
It's actually
or it's
four individual pieces.
Oh, 4.
Yeah, the
Oh.
greens mower is always the most important thing. It goes out 7 days a week, usually. fairway mower. Our other fairway mower is a 2010. So we have two fairway mowers. The newer one is a 2010. The older one is old. So if the new one breaks down, the new one can't handle it. So it breaks. So we're without a fairway mower. So that's why we try to overlap things. Right now we have two halfway decent greens mowers. What we do is when we get a new greens mower, we make our currently new greens mower, our old one, our backup, and we take our older greens mower and put it on our tees. So it becomes a new tee mower because our tee mowers are old. So everything just kind of rotates through. And we do that again in order of importance. Greens is the most important. Gotta have a good greens mower. Really have to have two good greens mowers. I know Mike used to do a cycle of 8 years. A lot of guys try to do them new every 8 years. But yeah, there'll be 4 pieces of equipment. So the greens mower, the fairway mower, a small rough mower to replace those nationals, and then a larger toe behind rough mower that will get the deeper rough up to the green and tee surrounds. So there'll be 4 pieces of equipment.
So just to clarify, did you say 180,000 or 80 to 100,000?
180, it could be plus or minus a
Okay.
whole lot. Right now, this
Right.
is just rough numbers.
Okay,
To the tune of, these manufacturers have no idea how much metal is gonna go up in a month.
Exactly.
So they say you can buy it right now for X. It could be a totally different number.
Right,
in
right.
A month, 2 months, 4 months.
It's nuts the way things are going on.
It's crazy. And if we do the deal now, the equipment might be here in the spring. That's another big might. Things get shut down, things open. I mean, you guys know. A jug of milk is expensive, and it's expensive not because the milk, it's expensive because the plastic jug that it comes in. Like, that's how weird manufacturing is right now. We can get liquid fertilizers, which we spray every 2 weeks on the greens. They just can't get the jugs to put it in. Put that together. So, we don't know because they don't know. So you don't know.
Well, the good news is if it doesn't arrive till spring, you're not gonna need it through January, February, March.
Correct. Bring it to me in spring anyways. We'll store it. But other than that, it's almost September, which is a good word.
Rotate, the oldest of the old that gets rotated out is just worthless now at this point.
Junk.
Yeah.
So to give you an example,
No parts whatsoever, it just wouldn't match.
if we can keep some of the parts, Herb usually strips it and puts it on the shelf. But to give you an example, like, I forget what tournament it was, we went out and we cut fairways on Friday night. So we wait all the way till play's almost done. We go out at 6 o'clock, we try to get it done by 8:30. We sent out 2 fairway mowers. The drive shaft on the older fairway mower didn't break, it disintegrated. That's where it's at. So it's not like parts are breaking, it's that they're flaking off into the abyss. So when they literally disintegrate,
There aren't parts to save.
yeah, you're done. Take the electrical, take the tires, throw it in the metal pile. So, but again, we always prioritize greens, tees, fairways, breath.
I just wanted to mention, tee on number 7, the woman's tee. Looks pretty nice.
We're getting there.
And hopefully it survives, you know.
It's
a tough
very
area.
small and it's got big
It's a-
trees real close to it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
But
it
it's
gets kind of-
real exciting to
Thanks.
see it, so
Thanks.
it's very nice, yeah. Any other plans for?
Tee expansions, or that one in particular?
Well, there was 7 and maybe 3 the ladies' tee, I don't know if that's kind of,
The back one,
yeah.
as far as making it.
I don't know if there's, I couldn't remember if there's some, you know, something that could be upgraded, but I can't remember, I just remember 7. And
I
that
don't think there's any fair spots in Fred.
was, 3, no.
I'm out there every Monday
Okay. All right.
filling divots, so.
Yeah, as long as there's most grass on it,
Yeah,
yeah.
but,
But
yes.
it is small.
It is very small, yeah,
Yeah,
old construction.
but, yeah, no, it was nice, thank you.
You got it.
Yeah.
You gonna keep the old tee, ladies' tee on 11, or just slowly let it go?
I don't know, we mow it. It's one of those why not have 2 kind of thing.
No.
Yeah, every time I say we're gonna keep it, because what if it gets wet, or if it's dry, or this one gets beaten up, it rains for 6 weeks, and you can't get to it either way, so.
Hey,
I just look at it and I'm like, do whatever you want, like, fall on the lake if you want, I do.
Sometimes you do move the tee,
Mhm.
because of, you know, the liners over
oh,
there.
does it go over there once in a while? I
Yeah,
never
it-
happen to see it over there.
It's a lot of materials to build a big tee, and that's why they've always kind of done small ones where there are usually just drivers or woods used. where you guys are hitting drivers in woods, no real irons, you're not really, we don't need a ton of country. You don't need to, this is gonna get beaten up today, we need some fresh stuff tomorrow. I mean, you guys could essentially hit drivers off there all day long, all year long. And as long as no grass is displaced, you don't need a big footprint, really. You know, loam's expensive, grass is expensive, water, mowers, people, et cetera, et cetera.
And we don't fall off the tee box.
That's how much you drink, that's on you. We can mow it, you can hit it.
Okay.
Questions for Bill?
No.
All right. Commissioners' comments? Darren?
I got nothing this evening.
Michael?
I think that we should compliment the course on the couple tournaments that we just had. They ran pretty smoothly. Mission 22 was out of there pretty quickly. Things got moving on time. The basketball tournament was good too. I'm not sure about the Canadian, but everything's been going pretty smoothly, so it's good to see. And that's it.
Ian? Nothing? I have nothing other than continuing comments that I get about the condition of the course and the work that the staff does to keep, small staff does to keep it that good. All right. Chairman's comments, reports, I just did that. All right, take a look at the financials. And
So as
is
I,
this an updated one that's through
So-
the end of August or not?
no, as
Last 40.
of 8:15, as I noted on there,
Oh, okay, I just saw the date over the corner of 8:30, is that what
Yeah.
date it was printed? or
that's the date it was printed,
Ah.
correct. So this,
Okay,
the auditing department just hasn't inputted last week or so numbers in there,
So
so,
right now, it's 2 weeks missing.
yeah, so,
Oh,
two
so
weeks, that's
they were short-staffed last week, and I'm sure that had something to do with it, but there are, the numbers are considerably higher. I have numbers that I put together to show that gives it more accurate. It's just not in the financials for auditing yet, and I do have those somewhere.
is that the Excel spreadsheet that was?
Yeah.
Okay, I saw it in the email that
It's right
you sent
here.
Jeff.
Oh, yes, so the up-to-date financials,
Here we go.
except for the stuff that Dan just brought me for last week, is $204,008.
So it's like
Total.
204 plus about 40?
Yeah,
Is that what you said, Dan?
But yeah, so it would be
So
like,
something like 245.
right,
And added in expenses for 2 weeks.
right, which is
Right.
again not in here. I didn't track that, so.
Right. So,
Call it 60, probably 60 grand number.
I would say that's not terrible for the months of July and August. We had all the rain we had and stuff. I'd say that's a pretty good couple months. All right. Any questions relative to financials?
I move to approve the financials.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. All right. Guess it's next meeting time?
Yep.
What we got here?
27.
Today is the 30th.
Yeah,
We
so-
talked about September 27th for our meeting.
Or 20, what did you guys back at 20th? Labor Day's gonna be.
Let's see, Labor Day's the 6th, so you wanna go out to the 27th, or you'd rather do the 20th? 27th? All right, let's go to September 27th. All right. Any other issues? Make a motion. Motion to adjourn.
Have a motion to adjourn.
A second.
All in favor? All right,